Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Marty's Toybox. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to put side plates on a NXT Replica belt. And you can do this for the NXT Women's, the NXT World, the North American, NXT Tag, whichever ones you want. So WWE Shop decided to make the side plates on the NXT title a little bit different than the World titles. As you see, these ones are square shaped. The ones for sort of the main roster titles are circular, so it is sort of a way for them to make more money. But I will do a video on how to do it for the official WWE Shop ones here in a couple of weeks as well. So first of all, let's just admire the beautiful NXT title. Still waiting for the NXT 2.0 World title to come on Shop. If they're on Shop at the time this video releases, I'm going to be upset that I made that comment because I am filming this a few weeks prior. But yeah, that just has the extra paint on the back. So basically, if we unstrap this belt right here and lay it out, you see there is NXT on those side plates. And WWE Shop has lots and lots of side plates that you can buy, that you can install onto your world title. Or whatever title you have in general, I guess you can say. So first things first, pop out these side plates right here. I went for the Ciampa ones. Look at those beautiful things. And you can kind of discard this for now. And so this is what you see. These will go on, these will come off. So I want to try to do this in the most convenient way possible so you guys can see everything I'm doing. So there might be a few cuts, but I want to do it mostly raw. So you have the NXT on both of these right now. And so how you start installing these is you get your belt and you flip it over. Of course, be careful. You don't want to slam it down onto the surface of whatever you have it on. Slowly tap it there. And you see a lot of screws. So these screws right here going all around are for the main plate. So you want to focus on these screws right here for the side plates. So essentially, these on each side are for the actual entire side plate right here, but then they've got two in the middle right here for the side plates. So basically you can take literally whatever you want. I'm going to use this tiny medical knife, and you want to put it in the screw and unscrew it. Now you can literally use butter knife. I mean, I guess the preferred method would be a flathead screwdriver, but whatever you have handy would work. I mean, just a little bit, and you can unscrew the rest of it with your hand like that. The screws are very, very tiny, so be sure to put those in a safe place. And yeah, so this is literally all you do. You can use whatever you want. I'm using this tiny, tiny thing. Literally anything works. And the screws, they aren't that hard to get out. So then the next step is just sort of lift it up, and then the side plate does come off. So here is just the NXT side plate, which actually looks really good. Usually what I do is I will go and get whatever side plate box that I do have that I'm putting on and pop the NXT ones in here. Now you can sell these online if you want to. Some people lose theirs, but I just keep mine in the side plate box that I did get, and sort of just snap it back on while we go and work on the other side plate. Once again, it's the same exact screws you used before, so it'll be these two right here. Just a tiny bit of turning, like the slightest amount, and then you can unscrew the rest by hand. And then this is going to make the belt look really weird, which I will show off when I do get this other screw off really quickly right here. Side plates, you know, changing them can really just make your belt look really different. Or if you have a superstar that you really, really like, you can do it that way. For some reason, this screw does not want to move right there. Let me try to move this up a little bit. So yeah, side plates, you can literally do it for just people that you like, just to change up the way your belt looks, make it look better, make it more expensive, whatever your sort of appeal is. And then you just lift it up. And sometimes it doesn't come out. You can see, sometimes it doesn't come out. But if you sort of just push on it, then it will come out. I just realized I did the wrong screw. I did a screw on the main plate. So let me do this one real quick. Okay, there we go. We got the actual screw off. You can sort of push down to make sure that the side plate does get off the belt. Or you can kind of here, let me try to do it this way. The side plate's in still, you can sort of put your finger on the side and sort of just pull it off. And then that side plate does come off as well. So now make sure you have your screws, keep track of, and everything like that. And if you flip it over, this is what you're left with. Whoops, did that backwards. So this is then what you are left with on the title. You have just an empty side plates. You have where the screw holes go. So what you want to do, so what you want to do now is sort of pop the side plates in that you want to go in. Had to take the thumbnail real quick. Whoops, let me move those out of the way. So you pop these in, and they don't necessarily go in all the way, as you can see. They sort of pop out. But that is fine. Don't worry about that. So you do one side plate at a time. So how you do this, or how I do this, I guess. So I hold in the side plate, and make sure your hand's on it the entire time that you are flipping it, and then turn it over once again. Your hand should still be under there. And then you get the screws, and you put them in, and screw it in by hand. You might have to push on one side of the side plate to be able to get the screw to turn, and then you can switch over to the other one. Now, if you do side plate changing a lot, you don't have to tighten the screws that much. You can sort of just do it with your hand and leave it like that. This is not wanting it. There we go. So yeah, you can sort of tighten the screws just with your hand. You know, the side plates won't just pop out on you. But if you change the side plates and want to keep it like that for a long time, I would recommend getting this once again and tightening the screws just to make it better, I guess. And sometimes the screws pop up a tiny bit. You know, it's not going to affect anything. It's fine like that. If you want to work on it until you get it right, you are more than welcome to do that. But that's not exactly how I do it. But yeah, I always tighten my screws. You know, it's not going to change anything, but I don't know. It's just sort of a habit, and you want to tighten it till you can't tighten it anymore, and it's all the way on the side plate. So then when you lift it up, nothing falls out, as I said. And then you have a Ciampa side plate installed. Now you want to do the same exact thing for the other side plate. So you want to pop it in. These little parts right here will just go into these holes right there. And as you can see, they are elevated a little bit. I guess that's just how the NXT ones are. Always make sure you're holding the side plate or it will fall out and it'll be dropped on the floor. You kind of got to switch hands here. You don't necessarily have to. And actually, I want to show something real quick. So if you look here, you will see gold popping through right there, which is exactly what you do want to see. Because if you see gold popping through, then you know it is inserted into the side plate bar. Because sometimes, in some instances, it won't be in there, and you'll tighten it, and it will be weird. And in some instances, you'll put it in backwards or whatever. I've done that, I gotta say, when I put Triple H side plates on my world title. So the furthest screw usually doesn't go in all the way, or it's sort of slanted in a sense, and that's not something to worry about, as it's just on the very far side where the side plate cuts off into where the leather work is, and it's really not that big of a deal. And then you want to tighten these screws once again. If I can get this in, that would be fantastic. Yeah, you can use literally anything to do this, you know, butter knife, tiny medical scissors that you got from you have no clue where, just like me, or anything that you want. And it's not a hard process. You know, some people may find it difficult at first, but then after a while, it just gets so much easier. And yeah, so if you want to get your belt redone, you can ship it out. If you want to do it by yourself, you know, you have to undo all these screws. But mainly for titles, all the screws are there, and they should stay there unless you are changing out side plates or nameplates, but nameplates are pretty expensive. So, it is time for the big reveal. After we did all of the work, let's flip the title over. And now, on your NXT World title, you have Tommaso Ciampa side plate. plates or whatever side plates you want. And you can see just how much more detail it adds, how much it makes it look better. So this is what we are looking like. Just adds a little bit more uniqueness to your title, and it is really cool. But yeah, that is how you do install side plates on an NXT World title. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.